Welcome to Nature Walk, the podcast where we delve into the wonders of the natural world and explore the fascinating stories that shape our planet. I'm your host, David, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this journey. As we begin today's episode, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of the season. Spring is in full bloom, and one of the most spectacular sights of this time of year is the cherry blossom season in Japan. The delicate pink petals, the vibrant colors, and the sheer majesty of these trees have captivated humans for centuries. Photographer Martin Parr recently had the opportunity to capture the essence of this phenomenon in Kyoto, and his stunning images are a testament to the magic of this time of year. From the enthusiastic crowds gathered beneath the blossoming branches, to the tranquil scenes of picnics under the stars, Martin's lens has preserved the essence of this fleeting moment. But cherry blossom season is not just a visual spectacle, it's also an important part of Japan's cultural heritage. The brief window of time when the blossoms are in bloom is a reminder of the transience of life and the importance of living in the present moment. As we gaze upon these beautiful images, let us remember to appreciate the simple joys in life and to cherish the fleeting moments that make our world so wonderful. And speaking of wonderful moments, have you seen the latest photos from the natural world? From the mischievous rhesus monkey making off with a bottle of juice in New Delhi to the stunning roseate spoonbill coming in for a landing in St. Augustine, Florida, there's no shortage of fascinating stories and images to explore. We'll be taking a closer look at some of these incredible tales from the world of zoology, biology, and wildlife photography. So stay tuned for more exciting stories and insights into the natural world. We'll be right back with more fascinating stories from the natural world on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I'm your host, David. As we continue our journey through the natural world, we're going to explore a pressing issue that's having a profound impact on our planet's marine life. You may recall that earlier in the show, we talked about the importance of conservation and the delicate balance of ecosystems. Unfortunately, our oceans are facing numerous threats, including climate change, pollution, and biodiversity loss. Today, we're going to focus on a specific problem that's affecting dolphins in the UK. A recent study has found that these intelligent creatures are dying from a combination of increased water temperatures and toxic chemicals that were banned decades ago. Polychlorinated biphenyls, or PCBs, are a type of persistent chemical pollutant that was once widely used in industrial manufacturing. Despite being banned in the UK in 1981 and internationally in 2001, PCBs are still present in our oceans and are having a devastating impact on marine life. Researchers analyzed post-mortem data from over 800 common dolphins stranded in the UK between 1990 and 2020 and found that higher levels of PCBs in their bodies were linked to a greater risk of infectious diseases. In fact, for every 1 milligram increase in PCBs per kilogram of blubber, there was a 1.6% increase in the chance of fatal diseases such as gastritis, enteritis, and pneumonia. But that's not all. The study also found that every 1 degree C rise in sea surface temperature corresponded to a 14% increase in mortality risk. This is particularly concerning, given that our oceans are warming at an alarming rate due to climate change. The threshold where PCB blubber concentrations have a significant effect on a dolphin's risk of disease is 22 mg/kg, but the average concentration in samples was higher, at 32.15 mg/kg. So, what does this mean for our planet? Dolphins are often referred to as indicator species because they're high up in the food chain and can provide valuable insights into the health of our oceans. The fact that they're still being affected by toxic chemicals decades after they were banned is a stark reminder of the persistence of pollution in our environment. Cleaning up PCBs is a daunting task, and it's not clear what the solution will be. Some researchers are exploring dredging as a cleanup technique, while others are focused on improving water treatment plants' effectiveness in removing persistent chemicals. But one thing is certain, we need to take action to prevent further chemical inputs into our environment. As we look to the future, it's essential that we learn from the past and take steps to mitigate the impact of pollution on our planet. The story of PCBs and dolphins serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of responsible stewardship of our environment. We must work together to protect our oceans and the creatures that call them home. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I hope you've enjoyed our journey through the natural world so far today. As we wrap up this episode, I want to share with you a fascinating story that's been making waves in the scientific community. You may have heard about a biotech company called Colossal that's been working on a project to bring back the extinct dire wolf. But is it really possible to revive a species that's been gone for thousands of years? Well, it turns out that what Colossal has actually done is genetically engineer the DNA of 3 pups born to a gray wolf to incorporate some of the genetic code of extinct dire wolves. Using a powerful gene editing tool called CRISPR-Cas9, they've managed to introduce specific traits thought to be characteristic of dire wolves, such as broader shoulders and larger bodies. Now, you might be wondering, are these pups really dire wolves? The answer is no. While they may look a little like their extinct ancestors, they're still essentially gray wolves, with some cosmetic tweaks. In fact, the genetic differences between dire wolves and gray wolves are likely to be much more extensive than the 20 or so genetic variants that were edited into these pups. So, what does this mean for conservation efforts? While this project is an impressive demonstration of genetic engineering, it's not a literal revival of an extinct species. However, the techniques developed through this research could have important applications in protecting endangered species and preserving biodiversity. As we consider the implications of this technology, it's worth asking ourselves, what does it mean to bring back an extinct species? Is it about recreating the exact same animal that once existed, or is it about using genetic science to help preserve the natural world? These are complex questions, and ones that we'll likely be grappling with for a long time to come. But for now, let's just appreciate the remarkable advances being made in genetic engineering and the potential they hold for conservation. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep exploring your natural world.